Welcome to the Smoke and Mirrors Wing Tee. What we have here is this is a tutorial on our wristband / call sheet maker. And when you get the file, you're going to see that it will come in a zipped file. That's for safety on the internet. And you'll have to go up here, and what you want to do is extract all files, and you'll decide where you want it to be. If you're very computer savvy, put it wherever you want to. If you just for this situation, I would suggest putting it on the desktop. So I would click on desktop and then click OK, and then click extract. I already have one up here, so I have to replace it. And what you'll see here when you open up this wristband maker, you'll see several files here. One is a written tutorial with words, PDF file that you can look at if you have questions about things. One is just a practice schedule for a template you can use. We put our offense and defensive schedules on there. And then you've got these 4 wristband sheets here. One's called Wristband Autosave Call Sheet, Wristband Blank, Fully Customizable, and one with examples, okay? Here's the difference between them. The blank one is probably what you want to use. The one with examples, it has an actual wristband that we used a couple seasons ago that I found and just copied and pasted directly over there with some rules on there so you can see what we did. The fully customizable one is one where there's no protections on there, so if you want to change things, you can change anything you want to on there, but you can also mess it up a lot easier because it doesn't have any passwords or anything on there. The blank one, a lot of the things that you're going to see, you can't mess up. And this is the autosave one. It's the same as the blank one, but if you're somebody who likes to save things, every time you close out the play sheet, I'll show you when I pull it up. Every time you put something in this call sheet, and when you close it out, if I'll just put red Twins 21. When you save it, when you X out of it, it will automatically save a version of this wristband maker. So when you come here, right here, there was the auto save one, and there's the new one that it saved right there. So it will automatically save each wristband. So if you want to be able to go back and say, hey, I want to go back and see what you did first game of the year, you can go back and pull these wristbands up. If you do that, I would suggest making sure it's in a different folder. That way that you're going to get, every time you close out of it, it's going to automatically save another version of it with the date. I want to say time, but it says 12/34, which is the time, but May 23rd, 2017 at 12:34, which is the time. Down here in the bottom right, we had when I saved it. That way you can keep every version of it. But you'll double click on this wristband maker, and this is what's going to come up here for you. Now, we have several tabs down through here that have everything that we would want you to use here. It's got all the wristbands, a few of the navigation things. If you need to go to some of these tabs down here at the bottom, you can click on this little arrow right here to go back, or you can click on these little 3 dots right here and it'll move over. You can bring up these call sheets that you need. Okay, how this wristband maker works is whatever you type in this box is going to pop up all the way across through here. That way, if you want to have wristbands for every player, you can have it with the formation, name, everything you want here. Let me actually put bubble. That will put it up there, okay? If you want yellow 32 hitch, that will come up there all the way across, okay? What this wristband maker will do, whatever is in this first column here, it will try to find in this playbook tab. Whatever you have in this playbook tab, if you have red Twins 21, it's going to find whatever you type in here. If I type ha 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 in this tab, when I go back here to the master tab and see what it says, and say if I read 21's bubble and I put ha ha ha, whatever I put in there, that's what's going to say for the quarterback's wristband. Now you have to put exactly what you want. Its spelling is correct. If I misspell bubble and do that right there, it's going to change it back. But if I put red 21's bubble, whatever I have in this playbook under the quarterback rules, that's what's going to have. Now normally what I try to do is just copy and paste the rule over here, that way, because the quarterback normally needs to have the formation and the name. But you could also put, red 21's bubble, look at the D end. So whatever you put in there on this, that's what's going to be on the quarterback wristband over here. So when he calls a play, he'll say red 21's bubble, and there's a reminder for him to look at the defensive end. And it's under white 1. That says Q, but the color white 1, red 21's bubble. And for the F, we'll say you run 21. That's easy. For the wing back, we want gap down backer. For the Z, we got, bubble. Hitch / stalk and hitch. Whatever I put in these sheets is going to line up right through here, across through here, the rules. The F, 21, like I just put. Wing back, he has gap down backer. The Z, he's got the bubble. X, he's got a hitch or stalk. The Y has got a hitch. So whatever you put in this playbook will show up on these wristbands. So if you want to print these wristbands out, that's what's gonna come up. Okay, this sheet is our call sheet. It matches the wristband. This is good if really it's better probably for your coaches than for the play caller. But if you're in the game, you say, hey, purple 9, the coach can look here and they know exactly what play you're calling. That way the coaches can have that, but that you'll probably have other sheets. Now, what we also have here, as we have our call sheets that automatically will fill out, whatever you put in these top categories will come up from the master playbook. If I just put bubble up, red 21 bubble come up. If I put hitch, the yellow 32 hitch. If I put 32, yellow 32 hitch up. If I put yellow 32 hitch is going to come up. If I put red, red 21 bubble is going to come up. So whatever I put in this first sheet is going to come up. So if I say red over, 24, yellow over 38 hitch. I put red twins zip 23 hitch. Those are some random plays that I pulled up there. Whatever, if it finds hitch in the name on the master sheet, there's 3 plays of the hitch, it's going to pull them up here on this call sheet. If it says bubble, if it just says 21, whatever play say 21 on there. If it just says red, if I type in red, which is on the purple one below that, if I put red, it's going to bring up whatever. If you try to type in these sheets, you're going to get this error message saying you cannot type in here. I did this so you can't mess things up. Same thing right here. It brings up the call sheet and it tells you where they're located. Red twin 21 bubble is white 1. If you go to white 1, red twin 21 bubble. If you go to this call sheet right here, white 1, red twins 21 bubble. So we have a sheet here. It's 8x14 that you can print out with whatever you want, and this may be overkill. This may be more than you need. We also have this sheet on an 8x11 if it's too much. It's just a lot more crowded and compact. North and south it is. I've actually cut off a little bit to try to make this fit. But here's a call sheet right here. A situational call. Let's go call shape by formations. This does not have to be a formation one for you, okay? But we used it. I called it a formation call sheet just to know what to have a difference between the two, to discriminate between the two call sheets. So right here, you could put you could put a formation. You can still just put red, and all the red plays are going to come up. You can still put 21 if you want to. If you put 21 in here, it's going to come up with all the 21 plays. If you put bubble in here, it's going to come up bubble. So you can use this as a formation sheet if you want to, or you can use it as a different type of sheet. We use this as a formation sheet for ourselves, and it's got a few less categories, but it will come up. Now, on the 8.5 by 11 sheet, you still will fill this sheet out on the big one. If you want to use this sheet, that's fine, but you got to fill it out on the 8 by 14, and then just print this one. You just go over here and click on it, and then go up to print. And you would print this 8.5 by 11. Now it's in black and white because I've got a black and white printer. But if you pick a color printer, it will come up color. And that's what will print out for you. But both those sheets, the call sheet 8.5 by 14 and call sheet formation are basically the same sheet, just slightly different looks. A little more space for plays on this one, okay? The situational call sheet is a different thing that I've created. What the situational call sheet is you can put, whatever you want in these headings, okay? If you don't like whatever you put in these headings, is what's going to show up. So if you say, I want all 1st and 10 plays, you will put 1st and 10 in here. Now, it can't go through the playbook and decide what 1st and 10 plays are. So whatever headings you put in here, you'll go here to the situations master. And all the plays that you put on the master sheet right there are going to show up on the master right here. And you can't type and mess this up. It won't let you type in there, okay? So it's going to drag whatever you have on the master straight over there. And then what you do, these right here, these headings are the categories from the situational call sheet. You see it says 1st and 10 right there. If I say, let's just call this the ha-ha plays. When you get situation formation, it's going to say ha-ha as that heading. And what you will do here now in the situations master is you will go across, and whatever you've got room for 120 plays here. The master has room for 120 plays. We've got 6 sections of 20. Whatever plays that you have decided need to be run on 1st down, you will put a 1 in there. If you're like, I want to run this on 1st down, this is a good 3rd and medium, this is a good trick play, back up inside the 5. This is also a good 1st and 10 in the red zone. I've got a section of red zone plays here in case you like to call those from differently. This is to be part of our script. It's going to be the first play of our play script. This will also be in our 4-minute offense, and if we want to run the clock. So whatever headings you put a 1 in, when you go back to the situational call sheet, it's going to be there. Under 1st and 10, there's white 1. 1st and 10, or backed up inside the 5, white 1. Wherever you put that 1 at, it's going to pop up, red 1. I put, we got to run the clock. We're going to run it under scripts right there. Okay. So that's how the situations master works. Now, after you have got your call sheets, you can print them off one by one by clicking print. They will print. It will print just that inside. This is 8.5 by 14. But you can print these off. Here is the quarterback wristband. We do this on a I guess it's just a single fold, but you can put 3 sheets in here so they can use this for each heading for each player. So, the Z, that's what it has for there. If it's got the F, it says what those rules were for those plays. Now I'm going to show you real quickly how we handled using this for practice. This is an example that you have in there of what our playbook looked like. This is an actual wristband that we used for a game a couple years ago. I found it and just copied and pasted all the things over here. This is an exact sheet that we used a few years ago. What we could do, especially for practice, is in practice if we had, sections where like, hey, this is going to be our buck sweep period. We'd put all 21 plays right. We could put all our 21 plays right there. 29. Those are buck sweep plays. We could put them all right there, and we could run, certain plays that we wanted to run like that. If you wanted to, you could also, use the call sheet if you wanted to, and you could have, you could change this 4-minute O section to, to team offense or group offense. You could change it to team offense. You've got a script here. You could use either of those. But the way we did things, we'd have all our 21 plays here, all our 29 plays here. Here was our trap plays. Whatever we ran trap, we would run our belly series. Here, this is also belly plays for us. So we could run all our belly series right here. We could run our power series if we were running power that week, which we didn't run a lot of power this game, but here's our power series. Okay, now here's our passing game. Let's do all of our sprint out. Our sprint out game, rodeo and lasso is our sprint out. Whatever we wanted, it would pull up for us to run those things in practice. We wanted all of our any other type of game. If you want, like here we have waggle. If we wanted our fast screens, any of these fast screens we could pull up here, and we could just run these during practice. And sometimes you may want to have a practice call sheet and a game call sheet. You may want them to be different. You could save them as different things. But the reason we like this is because we know when we have this made, it doesn't change week to week that often. There'll be some plays that we take out because we don't think they're good, or they weren't successful, or they would be better against a different team or a different defense. We don't like them that week, so we'd go through and we would take some plays out. Like it's very right there. We're like, oh, the slow screen was garbage. We're not going to run the slow screen. Let's get rid of it. You just delete it, get rid of it, and then you can put something else in there. And so what we could have here is, all of our, plays we want to run during practice, we could have right here. And we would have this laminated, and during practice, after we run it, we're like, okay, it's good. Coach would just check it off. As we're going on, like, oh, there's a mistake here. Let's fix this. He would take his Sharpie on here and make changes that he needed to change, or no, this one was a garbage play right here because this is a pass play that we wanted to run. I'd rather run all the pass plays down here. You can put all the keep passes right here, so we can run all our play action right there. There's our waggle plays. And we would take these plays, and normally by Wednesday, after Wednesday's practice, we would decide, okay, these are the plays that are good, these are the plays that are not. We would mark out plays, and plays that we didn't like, we would go right here. So there's blue 15, that was garbage. Sally was garbage, they knew it was coming. So blue 15, blue 16, those need to come out. We would just come out here to the masters, to blue 15 and blue 16, and we would just delete them. Just click delete. It would delete them all the way across, so you ain't got to worry about them anymore. On the quarterback wristband, they're going to be deleted. On everybody's wristband, blue 15, 16, we're going to be blank now because that wasn't good for us. And so you can go through and delete plays, and clicking the delete button is a lot easier than typing out a whole new play sheet. And that way, the reason we like to do this is because we know now on Friday night, Coach would normally keep this sheet in his hand. And sometimes it would be sometimes he would print off a new one. Sometimes he would keep the one he had all week and just put it on the back. So he'd have the one he had all week with him and a new one printed off with the plays deleted. And so if he had those with the plays deleted, now he would know what we had ran in practice. And he would have a lot more confidence calling plays knowing that, hey, we have definitely ran this in practice, because he could see the check marks, whatever on here. So when it gets a crunch time situation, that's what we could go to, and we would know this is what we ran in practice, and we're not putting something in that's new. And that's how we would run practice with these. And that's why these, you could have this call sheet for the game and this call sheet for practice, whatever you would like to do. But that is a good way that helped us make things a lot smoother during practice, during the year. And then by Friday night, there's not a lot of work to do.